in, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555, the home of the Phoenix Accountability Series. The guide has risen with receipts. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. May your comings and goings be forever covered by the grace of the Most High. When in doubt, go within. Namaste, bestie. Are you fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely? 'Cause guess what? Ha ha! It is afoot. You're saying what? It is. That's what's afoot. Ha ha! How about that? Why? Because this glow up, the glow up that you are feeling, the energy that's building, it's real. Because the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house are active. The 2nd house, we've got Jupiter in Gemini in the 2nd house. We've got Venus in Scorpio in the 6th house. And we've got Pluto in Aquarius in the 10th house, guys. So, as I was saying, Jupiter in the 2nd house is at 8 degrees Gemini. It expands value through knowledge and communication, your skills, your voice, experience. Now it all translates directly into income. The Skrilla.com. I'm telling you guys, this is the season, because Jupiter in the 2nd house grows whatever you back internally. Confidence will replace hesitation, and money begins when you respond, darling dears. It's responding to you. In the 6th house, we've got Venus at 24 degrees Scorpio. It transforms your daily work pattern, which means your effort becomes intentional, focused, and fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. We love it so much. We don't hate it. We've got Venus in the 6th house. It improves how you relate to work itself. Consistency replaces any burnout, darling dears. And productivity becomes sustainable. In the 10th house, we've got Pluto at 1 degrees Aquarius. And you know what that means? It's at the beginning, and it also it indicates the reset of your public standing, it being in the 10th house. Your authority and your credibility are being rebuilt from the ground up. We love it. Yes, baby. We've also got Pluto at a low degree, as I said, in the 10th house. It begins a very long power cycle, because you know Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 19 years. Go and find my reading and find which house it's in for you guys. You've got to use everything, right? Because it's going to be a long power cycle, recognition develops steadily rather than appearing briefly and disappearing. This is fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. I keep telling you guys, this is the energy to be in. With Jupiter in the 2nd house, it sets values. Venus in the 6th house, it stabilizes your efforts. And Pluto in the 10th house, it establishes the authority. Income will no longer be inconsistent. Yes, baby. As I was saying, what changes now is not how hard you work, but how work converts, darling dears. Which is why results finally match your efforts. This phase feels calmer because money, routine, and direction are no longer competing, and alignment removes urgency. Baby. This reading marks the moment when your glow up stops being internal and becomes lived. And you deserve it, darling dears. You did all of that shadow work and stood up alone. Self-automation was the key, guys. Love yourself first. Even before your progeny, guys, because if you don't take care of you and love you, how the hell are you going to transmit that energy to your progenies? Okay? Your urgent efforts are about to pay off, darling dears. Because you have the what? You have the cooperation of the 6th, the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house. And now it's locked in. one system working on your behalf. And we love it so much. And remember, Big Cat, this is not a hype. This is a functioning money circuit. The 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house. You can look on your birth natal charts to see what's placed in there. The tools you can use. I name the houses because they are active. I name the planets because they're doing the work. And I also included the degrees because it's the timing. The timing, not the theory, guys. So let's press on. Let's dive into the read, guys. Let me lower the music. I didn't realize I was competing, but it is what it is. Right. We're going to lead with... I'm going to use... I'm still thinking. We're going to use a moonstone. There are many in here, trust me. There is many in here. There's charms, runestones, dominoes. Let's dive right in. Give us a good shufty. Dig right to the bottom because we need to get to the root of everything that's going on at this moment in time. Have I got one? Yes, baby. Me have it. Me have it. Oh my gosh, baby, lean in, bestie, lean in. We have what? Ewas. Ewas is representative of the death card in tarot. And you know the death card in tarot, it means the death and your rebirth, your rise, your return. We love it. We love it so much, guys. Whenever we see this, darling dears, it speaks about changes in your partnerships, your relationships. It also speaks about your transportation. Maybe somebody's upgrading the transportation, but your communication, the sending of it, what's coming towards you is going to be fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Because prior to this, guys, it was in a reckless rush, a haste. There was a lot of disharmony, a lot of mistrust, and a lot of, or shall I say, a big dollop of betrayal. Baby, and that betrayal came from the people you least expected it. Remember, I told you that. We still have Saturn, direct in Pisces in the 11th house. This is your groups, guys. Things that once attracted you attracts you no more, so you'll be losing a lot of people. Remember, I told you that. Good golly. And the gosh, we love it. We love it so much. Okay. According to the tarot, the energy of the death card is the 13. The 13 speaks about it being, obviously we know that it's Scorpio energy. It's the death and rebirth of you. It speaks about an ending, an unavoidable ending, and that you must let go of this shiznai blood. Don't take it with you into 2026. Whatever you do, let it go. It's got to be a TKO. It's also a reminder somebody needs to go for some kind of a checkup around their reproductive organs or their genitalia. Go for the checkup, guys. It's better to know than not to know. Then you can plan your next move. Remember, I told you that. You have to remember that these situations that have ended for you, Big Cat, it's a blessing in disguise. This change is a necessary change. Divine is gifting you with this fresh start, this rebirth, this transformation. This is after the ending of many painful events, guys. It could have been a breakup with family members, your progeny. It could be you leaving a job. Sudden upheavals is what brought this out, guys. And you are most definitely going through a major transformation in your life. We love it. We love it so much. Okay. There was something significant going down in your life, darling dears, because whenever we see Ewas, it has a time factor. So sometime between the 23rd of October and the 21st of November 2025, something significant went down, guys. But it was also the rise and rebirth of you. Remember, the communication is off the chizayin. You can speak it, you can write it, and everything is in the flow. Why? Because the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house are activated. baby. Ha ha! We love it. We love it so much. So, we have the energy of the 13. This goes to the energy of a 1 and a 3, the energy of a 4. Okay, the energy of the 1 is a reminder that you have to make a major decision, but divine is tasking you not to make this major decision until after the next new moon. I believe the next new moon will be in Cancer. Good golly and the gosh, the date is escaping me right now. I'll put it in the comments afterwards. If not, I'm sending out a lifeline to a big cat. If you can remember the date or you have it, please put it in the chat. It will be appreciated. Okay. The energy of the 3 is about people understanding that there's a shift. Your behavior has changed, guys. You're not up for the arguments. You are not begging for any form of love, any form of appreciation. You don't want no applause from people that never saw who you were. You're moving away from that situation and they can feel it in the air, just like Phil Collins. Well, guess what? If they were drowning, would you lend them a hand? Ha ha ha! Ooh, child. Yeah. There's a lot of people that would love to argue with you, darling dears, but it's because you are about to go through a sudden and dramatic change in your life. But divine is telling you to what? Stay humble. Stay humble and tell no one nothing. Because you are about to live a life less ordinary, guys. Because of the work that you've been doing, the shadow work. And let me tell you something, 2025 was no joke. Trust and believe, everybody has gone for it. But you see, the people that understand the astrology of it all, like me, good God. Hey, oi, let me tell you something. I never, never want to go for 2025 again. No, sorry. Matter of fact, if I have to do it again, I'm asking for a volunteer, for someone else to take all of the blows, guys. Remember, I told you that. Let's press on. Let's press on. So the energy of the 4, according to the 48 laws of power, is to what? Say less. Tell no one nothing, guys. As I said, move in silencio. No one needs to know what your next move. We as a big cat, you have 2 rules. The first rule is tell no one nothing. And if you're waiting for the second rule, you'll be waiting till thy kingdom come. Because you are in the business of minding your own business. Matter of fact, you are the CEO and you're hiring if anybody wants to understand how to mind their own business. Okay. Let's press on, guys. Let's press on. The energy of the 4 also comes under what? Lord number 10. Avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Why? They will drag you back into wickedness. And this is all of what? Point A and point B, guys. Dummy bat territory. You don't want us to be there, guys. We've been there. We've all been there. The people pleasing. Wanting people to love you when they haven't even got love of themselves. People that projected, blame shifted and mean, soulless and goalless. Good golly and the gosh, guys. And the gosh. You have to be law number 17. Remain unpredictable. Let no one know what your next move is going to be or what you're going to pop up with, guys. You have to be the one that chooses this different path. You have to continue to what? Cultivate this air of unpredictability. Make them uneasy, guys, because they don't know what you're coming through with, right? And law number 44, disarm and infuriate them with the mirror effect. And we love that. Why? You give them what they give you. If they give you what? Blockages, ignorance, give it back, darling dears. But you don't have, not every battle must you attend. This is not the season, not after the 2025 we've had. Divine is about to bless you by opening up your 2nd, your 6th, and your 10th house. Every one of the planets are in the best position for you to win. And your glow up is real. Remember, I told you that. All right. So the energy of the 3, they're always talking about it. They can't help it. They cannot. They can't get through a day without speaking on you. We're going to use the yellow cards to see what's going on in the background. And the Oracle Situation deck. Because them still attack. These what? Trippy talkers with the T-Rex arms. Yes, baby. They would love to trip you up on your what? Your new go through life. Your rebirth season. They would love it. What else do we need to know at this moment in time as we're about to press on at a hot trot? We've got Mercury energy. This is masculine and feminine energy. So we know who's doing it. It's men and women. And listen, women can be jealous, but there's nothing worse than a jealous man, guys. Remember, I told you that. They will impregnate you to stop your bag. Remember, I told you that. And then cause all sorts that will have you what? Begging, please. So we see that houses Gemini and Virgo are active. The 3rd and the 6th house. We just spoke about the 6th house. The 3rd house is about your communication. Okay. Somebody's also going to be traveling, possibly by boat. It speaks about the 3rd house can also represent money that comes to you through whatever it is that you're doing. Money coming to you. We love that so much, darling dears. It says the transit is 14 to 13 days. So whatever's going down, darling dears, you see the culmination of it within the next 14 to 13 days. And this is a male and a female. Males and females, that's talking about you. But you are in what? Strength mode. You can't be pulled down, not by the feeble-minded. Especially what? The tree sloth. And remember, the tree sloth have algae in their fur, right? What's this? Look, as you are going on your glow up tour, guys, their finances keeping them stuck. They can't afford to pay the bill. I'm laughing because it's true. When people do you something, and also there's another note. Every one of you, Aquarius and Capricorns, you have to learn astrology. Why? Because you're ruled by Saturn, the traditional ruler, right? Before Aquarius was switched over to Uranus. When Uranus wasn't around, right? It was Saturn. You must learn astrology, guys. Why? Because Saturn is the master of time, rules and regulations. Okay, let me press on, guys. Let me press on. What's this? Men and women were talking about you at a family gathering. Yeah, the last supper of what? The dummy bats. What are they usually called? The usual suspects. They were talking about you, right? You're in strength mode and they're moving in stealth mode. I said strength, Freudian slip, it was meant to come out. Yeah, they was talking all sorts about you guys, bringing up things from the past. They didn't know that this was your Lazarus era. Well, that's their business, guys. That's their business. What else do we need to know before we press on? Didn't I just say this is your rebirth phase? And what fell on top of that? A new man or woman coming into your life. Some of you are moving towards romance. It could also be a business partnership or an ally that's about to approach you. We love that. What's on the base of the deck? Yeah, leave them with their regret, shame, and guilt. They are Judases in a Peter suit. Remember, I told you that. Yeah. They always said that what? A fool's tongue will always invite a beating. Don't do it, big cat. Don't do it. You'll end up in prison like R. Kelly and P. Diddy. Some of you are still looking at the wasted time. No time is wasted, guys, because you have to repeat until you realize and free yourself. Oh, I nearly pulled out too. Something's behind it. Something about the club. It's in the club, or somebody's going to use a club to the head, or somebody's in the club. In the UK, we call the club pregos. Somebody's pregnant at this moment in time, guys. And I dreamt about fish, but it was last week. But it wasn't the whole of the fish. It was a piece of a fish. Somebody around me and someone around you guys is pregnant. Right? And all they want to do is what? Time traveling, what? Backpedaling. Yes, pussy popping and backpedaling to get into your situation. Yeah, but they're in stealth mode and you are in strength mode, right? They want to know why they're blocked. Are you kidding me, blood? Because you don't want to be what? Gaslit. Up the Watusi. You don't want to be guilted out for something that you didn't cause. Just saw 2020 on the counter, darling dears. This means that you are at the stage where you need to be. This is a master number, guys. And you know, when we see the 22s, lean in, bestie. Lean in. You're about to see major improvements in your life. Because you are the master builder. You're the provider. You're the teacher, and you are teaching many people a lesson. Your communication is powerful. We already knew this from the gate, darling dears. I told you your communication is off the chizayin. And look what's in my hand. Somebody's pregnant. Right? It's something that you'll hear about, right? Yes. You also have a new opportunity coming towards you. We love that so much. What does the situation deck tell us? You've got no time to be tongue wrestling with the feeble-minded. Not right now. Blow them a kiss as you leave, darling dears. This speaks about unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, and affection returned. I told you somebody's going into a new situation with a new man or new woman, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business partnership, or they're an ally. But somebody's turning up on your behalf. Yes, these are the same rose-colored glasses that you had to rip off and crush under your flip-flop of common sense, darling dears. Let them watch. They'll always be watching, darling dears. But can't you see in the background? The sun is going down on them. They have no influence over you. They, them, and You ask me who they, them, and guys. One final card and then we're out of here. Well, not out of here. I mean, out of this part. We've got what? Pictures. They're looking at old pictures, missing you, having a nostalgia, right? And they would like to make new memories with you. Or I'm speechless. And it takes a lot for me to be speechless. Be still your palpitating hearts, guys. Be still your palpitating hearts. Right? Look. That's all they're here for, is to give you some more backstabbation, to break your heart, cause you pain, right? Some of them will want to get back of you to give you the separation and loss again. If you've already left a situation, or if this person has left you for someone else, guys, you don't take them back. They're only coming back because you are strong again. Your hairline has regrown. Yes, it's no longer pitchy-patchy, right? You're doing something with your life. Is it a new car? Is it a new job? What's going on? Have you retired? What's going on? Whatever's going on, it's what? Money time for you. Remember, I told you that. A shocking attack. Somebody was attacked with a knife, or you had a person that liked to pull out a blade on you. I'm telling you. It was shocking. This was part of how they tried to what? Dampen your words. Keep you as what? The one getting it without the Vaseline. Let them watch more camera. Let them watch. Let them. Pictures, watching, nostalgia with their what? Wicked ways. It's outrageous, I know, darling dears. Let's dive into the read. Look how much I had to do to get to the... This is what I'm saying, blood. I'm trying to make the reading smaller, but there's so much intel I've got to give you. Let's go straight to the deck. Let me get a deck I have not used in a while. We're going to use the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Haven't used that in a long time. I even forgot I had it. Because at this moment in time, as I said, darling dears, this is your glow-up era, your glow-up season. Something significant happened between the 23rd of October and the 21st of November 2025. So the first question will be your readiness. Because your life structure at this moment in time supports ever forwards, never backwards. Keep moving. Yeah, look. Seven of Swords, you're thinking very clearly. You cannot be fooled. You can't be tricked. You can't be mentally or emotionally manipulated. We love this. We love it so much. Whenever we see the Eight of Swords, guys, this is Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini, this is air energy, right? It speaks about you having faith the size of a mustard seed. It also speaks about you were stuck in a situation that was toxic, whether it was family, a love relationship, a work relationship. It was a shit ship. Okay, a shit ship. I can't think of it being anything worse than that, darling dears. They nearly brought you to the point of what? Rigor mortis. That's Latin for what? Dodo dead blood, pushing up Daisy's blood. As they sang, shall we gather by the river, right? With tears on their face. In a falsetto. Why were they crying? Because they came to make sure that you was Dodo dead, guys, and they're happy. Very, very happy. It also speaks about somebody's gone through some kind of an, because we've seen a lot of pregnancy. Somebody's had what's the word? When you don't want to have the baby. I don't want to use the word. You know, when they choose not to have the baby, they've done that. But for some, this is also something about a stillbirth. Loss of a child. You endured a lot in this situation, guys, and you had to do this alone. Swords energy, guys, because the person that you was dealing with, they had a blade for everything you said. The words, they came in hot and thick, confusing words. Whenever we see the Eight of Swords in reverse, guys, it speaks about this is a new beginning for you. Everything is about the energy of the Eight. This new beginning, the Death card. No more self-imposed limitations. This is you letting it all go, letting go of the negative thinking. This is the time for your full-on mental liberation, where you easily find solutions to any issue that comes up. This is your free thinking era, and we love it so much. You are ready. Sword energy also speaks about justice. You've learned new things, and it speaks about you being more adventurous. You're not going to be locked up in your house anymore, guys. You're going to be out there. It's also representative of Archangel Raphael. Call him at any time. Yes, baby. Look. Listen, your future's so bright. You gotta wear shades. Yes, babe. Did I not say the Skrilla is on its way? This is major achievement, darling dears. We love it. We love it so much. It speaks about you moving away from things that were brief, darling dears, going towards something stable, solid. When we see the Pentacles, your health is returning, your money's looking good. This is major recognition. This is accolades, achievements, certificates. Wow. Look how far you've come, big cat. You was the one that pulled yourself up off the rocks of life. You had to leave situations that was affecting your physical well-being. You're learning new ways to manage your own health issues. And it's working out well. Why? Because you got the wicked away from you. You excommunicated yourself and you executed it like a boss. The boss you are. From these back, front, neck tabbers. Yeah, High Command Decepticons. On the base of that, look, I can't make it up. You dropped that burden. Not on their head because you'd be in prison, but I'm saying you let it go. And that was the most important thing, right? Look. And as you let it go, divine is pouring into you. The 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th house. You are being blessed. Know this. But you had to realize you had to let go of those circumstances and situations. Could be as much as 10. Could be 8 people. Could be 18 people. Whatever the amount of people it was. You let go of all of them. Because you cannot heal in places that broke you. You cannot. It will never happen. This is why divine is gifting you with the bag. We love it so much, darling dears. Split the deck. Yeah, this is you mastering your emotions. But it also speaks about your self-worth. You understand whom you are and what you bring to the table. Yes, you are highly intuitive, but it also speaks about you utilizing your discernment at this stage of the game. You are extremely nurturing. If you are a parent, you are a good parent. But you have to also remember, being a good parent does not compute to your progeny. Some of them will blame you for everything, guys. And if you've apologized enough, you have to let them go. Because your mental health, your well-being, it's all in your hands. You don't have to put yourself in situations where you have to give up on yourself, go through self-erasure in order to feel comfortable, when divine said that shiznai must be cut off. This is not the time for what? Time traveling what? Block spinners. You are the block captain. Just because of their guilt, darling dear. Look, the guilt in the shade. The back, front, neck tabbing of it all, darling dears. Moon energy is the 4th house. This person hit you on a spiritual level. Your ancestors were working for you here. They dealt with you on a subconscious level, which nearly kept you stuck in a situation that you had to free yourself from. Something to do with the communication. Maybe it was never on there. Look, the back, front, neck tabbing of it all, guys. The one-upmanship. Everything that they did, they planned to do it to you. Why? Because you were still there. And when you leave that shiznai, when you executed like a boss and exited, right? They can't do nothing more but self-implode. They have to find someone else to pin all of that wickedness on. But it was not you, guys. Why? Because this is your readiness stage, guys. This is about you what is moving towards you. Because the structures that you have now put in place in your life will continue to move you forwards. But this is also a reminder to always love yourself first. Your self-worth, self-care, self-love. Do we have time for another question? We're at the 32 minutes. Good golly and the gosh. I'm trying to be quick, guys. I'm trying. Tell me about the money. The money's coming in quick. Chariot energy, warrior energy, guys. And that's the truth roof. Pinkies up. This money's coming through very quickly. Yeah. You've got 3 of Swords. This is where the self-doubt's going to come in, guys. Where you're going to try and doubt yourself. Doubt that you deserve it. You deserve this because you did the work. Don't ever doubt yourself. Yes, it's coming through very quickly. This is the warrior is Cancer energy, again the 4th house, or the Pisces energy, the 12th house. Families, guys. It was a family situation, a family gathering where your name was being brought up. Yes, and they bemerched your name, called you everything but a child of God. Split the deck, Empress in reverse. It was bitches and mitches. Yeah. Oh, I can't make it up. Dickheads, people that took the P with you, guys. This is major arcana. Divine had a hand on your life. Yeah, because they always wanted you to be open to all of their bull swanky so they could do it to you again or take you down for good. Yeah, no, sir. Divine blocked that shit. 3 of Wands. Bitches and mitches. This is somebody who's extremely jealous, darling dears. Somebody who's probably into drugs, drinking, or just what causing wickedness. This is somebody who also uses sex to get what they want, but it's not working for them because they've got what you don't want. A dummy bat that you offloaded. This is outrageous. 4 of Wands on its 4. No, not all the cards are in reverse. Look. We've got the Knight of Cups. Somebody's coming through to offer some apology, to rebuild something with you guys. Yeah, but you did the right thing. And this is not the time for you to allow self-doubt to take you where you don't need to be, guys. Because remember, the past is for recon only. It's not a place to dwell. This is all coming through for you very quickly, guys. Very, very quickly. Let me get the tiny cards. Very, very, very quickly. Yeah, because you got the clarity in the situation and you're... Look! Did I say it's coming in quickly? It's coming in quicker than quickly. And you are being guided. Whenever we see the Chariot, this is the illumination of your pituitary gland, guys. This is so fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. And you deserve this. You have to know that you are worthy. It's also a reminder that you're going to have to be making lots of decisions, and it's a reminder not to make anything rushed. Take the time to what? Let it sink in before you make a rushed decision. Remember, communication off the chain. It could be new jobs, a new placement. Some people are moving. Remember, I told you that. Others are getting allies in their life, whether it's a partnership. 2 different decks. I can't make this up. Because you're making the right choices. Is this the bag? It's the bag, darling dears. New opportunities, loyalty coming to replace whatever it was that you lost. This is new opportunities, a new beginning based on the deck. Let the past take care of itself. Of course, somebody would like to come back and give you a small apology, right? Focus on your bag, your work. You've got too much going on for you guys. Don't let them interrupt what you've got going on. But it's also a reminder to use that discernment and that intuition with anyone that comes around you. That and the Chinese zodiac, guys, because you can see whether or not they're your enemy sign, or their progeny is your enemy sign, or their parents, because you don't want it. You'll end up with a misandrist or a misogynist. One of the 2, darling dears, a hood-looking alpha. Either way. You don't want that. This is so, oh my God, if you could, I can feel it in my tummy. You know when you can feel the bubbling at the bottom of your tummy? That's what's building, guys. So there's no regression. What's the final outcome? The final outcome, clear thinking, guys. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Yeah, some people wanted you to be stressed out deep into the night, guys. I don't think so. This is the opportunities. The same opportunity that we had on the card. That's coming towards you. A new beginning, because you was diligent, tenacious. You kept at it. Everything was moving slowly, guys. And underneath that, you didn't waste time. And underneath that, it says, no spinning the block, blood. Nothing is wasted, because you have to learn that lesson. This is why we all have a life path. I'm a life path 11 because I've gone through the 1 through to 9. I've done it. And I told you, I'm going to ride this wheel until the wheel falls off. But I'm not coming back to this Malkuth. You can't make me. This is my last rodeo, and I'm going to help as many of you big cats as I can. I'm giving you the astrology, the tarot, Chinese zodiacs, everything, in order for you to understand that you are more than a conqueror. And these tools are for your good, for the upliftment of you, because you are my true family. All of this clear thinking, guys, you know what's going on. And as I said, no weapon that was formed against you shall prosper. This is you letting go of all of those unhealthy situations, because divine is gifting you with the clear thinking. You're not going to go back to situations that were emotionally abusive. You're not going to live with secrets. You don't want to be around people that are unable to forgive that you actually escaped. It also, when we see the 9 of Wands in the reverse, you was some kind of magic, whether it was spells, black magic, maybe they did a Watusi through the graveyard, whatever they did. Return to sender in the name of the Most High. We've had a lot of 4th house energy. That's your ancestral team, your security. You can call them at any time. And there will be no rest for the wicked as your Pentacles come. A new beginning for you, darling dears. A new structure for life. And for some, this is a stable relationship that's approaching you. It had to take time because you had to raise your vibration so you could meet at the same level. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth. Roof. Pinky's up. I'm going to wrap it all up now, guys, because it says no spin in the block. With these time traveling, dickheads. Right, one final card, and then we're out of here. to get great. We're going to use the Kipper deck. No more time for these backstabbers, guys. And this is the season where you use your discernment, because you are one of the chosen, guys. Chosen from your lineage to break generational curses. Not to go back into what broke you. Good golly and the gosh. It'll be the whisperings of Hannibal Lecter. Final message for the big cat in their glow-up era. What did I just say? Unexpected money. The 2 and the 7 goes to a 9. This is you in manifestation mode. Why? Because it's fated. And everything that you wanted to achieve is about to be achieved. Unexpected coming. Yeah. You're going to be looking at the life of a child. And again, this is again about the pregnancy. This is a new beginning, darling dears. This is not about you walking forward in naivety. This is you walking with your eyes open, your third eye buffed up to a bishin shine. Because divine gifted you with wisdom, self-knowledge and rest. This is a time for your what? Your career, your mission, your individuality is going to take off in ways that you can't understand. Divine is gifting you with the good fortune center. On that note, I drops me mic. Am I dropping the mic? No, I'm not dropping the mic. I'm moving over to the astrology of it all, guys, because it's not just what I said. I'm proving it in the astrology. We've got the astrology, we've got the Chinese zodiac, as well as Will Smith, who is a water rooster, who is losing his protective shield. BRB. Big cat. Let me show you why this glow up locks in now. Because the astrology explains why waiting ends and stability begins. I'll also be speaking on the Chinese zodiac, and the added on is Will Smith, who is a metal rooster because he is losing his shield. So we have the sun at 6 degrees Capricorn in the 9th house. It locks in your long-term direction, and as a result, belief, purpose, and future plans stop drifting and become more stable. Capricorn energy does not experiment. It commits to decisions that are meant to last, which is why the glow-up does not recycle back to doubt. The sun being placed in the 9th house, identity becomes tied to meaning and direction. The focus shifts from survival to long-range purpose. Mercury at 13 degrees Capricorn. Ha ha! Woo child! In the 9th house brings disciplined thinking to belief systems, and decisions are made with foresight rather than impulse. Mercury shares the same sign and the house as well as the sun. So thinking and identity is going to align, and internal conflict will be reduced. Mars at 5 degrees Capricorn. Ha ha! Good golly and the gosh. Right, in the 9th house restores the drive, the stamina, as well as the follow through. Efforts begin to translate into tangible progress. So the Sun, Mercury and Mars are all in Capricorn in the 9th house, and this is called a stellium. This means identity, thought and action now pull in the same direction, and we love it. We love it so much. A direct consequence of the 9th house stellium, belief, decision making and effort unify around one clear trajectory, which explains why progress becomes intentional, focused and irreversible rather than reactive or emotional. The moon at 2 degrees Leo in the 2nd house restores emotional confidence at the core. So self-worth no longer depends on approval, applause or reassurance. We love that. We don't hate it. So Mercury at 13 degrees Capricorn in the 9th house, sextiling Saturn at 27 degrees, Pisces in the 11th house allows decisions to be practical, sustainable, with the support of Saturn and Neptune's conjunction in Pisces in the 11th house. I know, bestie, it's a mouthful, but it is what it is. This is what's going on the 28th of December 2025. This is a supportive sextile. It's going to bring discipline, and it feels achievable rather than heavy, and as a result, clarity becomes usable. Saturn at 27 degrees Pisces conjunct Neptune at 28 degrees Pisces, all going on here, guys, in the 11th house, dissolves fantasy, any goals that you had based on fantasy as well, which leaves only what is realistic and sustainable. Okay, so as I was saying before, darling dears, lean in, bestie, lean in. This conjunction occurs at, as I said, or I didn't say, I'm telling you now, it's at a critical degree, a late degree. Illusions will collapse permanently. There is no return to wishful thinking. I love it so much. Ha ha! Ooh, child. This is fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. We've also got Venus at 24 degrees Scorpio in the 6th house, guys. And Venus don't play, right? Because it's creating a trine with Neptune at 28 degrees Pisces, as well as Saturn at 27 degrees Pisces. This is what's creating the trine, okay? So it's going to soften your daily routines, and your self-care becomes more emotionally supportive to you rather than draining from others, okay? And as a result of this, the trine, pleasure is no longer rushed. Peace replaces urgency in work and health patterns. This is fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. I'm doing backflips in my mind, guys, in my mind. I told you about my knees. Anyway, we've got Mars at 5 degrees Capricorn in the 9th house, and it being there, it's exalted and applies effort with more efficiency. Okay, we're searching for the right word, guys, but I'm still in the game. I am still in the game. As I was saying before, I re again interrupted myself. Okay, so as I was saying, I was on Jupiter retrograde in Gemini at 8 degrees, right, in the 2nd house. This is upgrades in value systems internally. Self-worth is reclaimed before income expands. And this whole stellium is supporting it. Why? Because it's about motivation, and it's sustainable rather than giving you more what? Burnout. We've been through the burnout. That's so 2024, right? And early 2025. Up until this point. Okay, so we've got Uranus at 24 degrees Taurus in the 1st house. Retrograde, I might add, right? Because it's not coming off of that. Not yet. Right, so it speaks of upgrades in your identity at the physical level, which is why change is embodied rather than theatrical. Uranus in the 1st house, others will notice the shift without you having to explain a thing, guys. They're going to feel it in the air. Just like Phil Collins. All right, let's press on. We've also got Pluto at 1 degrees Aquarius, guys, in the 10th house. It initiates a new public trajectory, which means authority and credibility begin forming naturally, guys. You are standing in your power because Pluto is at a low degree. This marks the beginning of a long power cycle rather than a temporary surge. And remember, Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 19 years. I've done this reading. Go and find it, guys, and find what house it's in for you for the next 19 years. You need all of these tools. Armed and dangerous. You are big cat. Never forget that. So, as Pluto operates in the 10th house, visibility will increase through consistency, which explains why recognition grows slowly but steadily, because the 9th house stellium sets the direction first. Public success follows alignment rather than a struggle. And when we take it together, these placements show that stability precedes expansion, which is why this glow up feels calm instead of chaotic. And big cat conclusion, because belief, action, value, identity, and visibility are now aligned. This glow up is full on, locked in. Waiting is no longer required. Now let's move on to the Chinese zodiac. Bestie, as you already know, 2025 is the year of the wood snake, and we are currently in the month of the water rat. The overall tone is strategic rather than impulsive. Decisions made this year carry a long memory. 28th of December 2025 falls in the rat month, as I stated, which accelerates movement, sharpens awareness, and increases words, timing, and small actions trigger larger consequences and ramifications. When wood snake year combines with the rat month, thinking is already complete and the environment demands action. This is why waiting energy collapses rather than stabilizes. The first hit and the fast are the rat, snake, and the monkey. They're affected first because this combination amplifies speed, strategy, and verbal slips. From this group, truth surfaces quickly, and once something is out in the open, there is no opportunity to reframe or soften it. As a result, decisions lock in fast, and attempts to slow things all it's going to do is increase the pressure. Those under the pressure to adjust are the ox, tiger, and the horse, because they're going to experience pressure rather than flow, because their natural response is to hold position when the environment is demanding movement. This creates friction, since a rat month does not reward patience unless it's paired with visible adjustment. If pride blocks flexibility, stress will increase and the glow up feels delayed, even through the opportunities that will be presented. Those that are in the accountability phase are the rabbit, dragon, and the rooster, because image, reputation, and social standing lose their ability to protect their behaviors. What matters now is consistency, since promises without follow-through are quickly noticed and remembered. And for this group, credibility stabilizes only through action, which determines whether momentum builds or collapses. The calm and stable ones are the goats, because calm behavior limits unnecessary fallout. So by the goats staying grounded, they avoid being pulled into urgency that does not belong to them. Someone else's emergency has got nothing to do with you, goats. All right, and the final one, getting the boundary test, are the dogs and the pigs, because loyalty becomes costly when it's misplaced. If they continue to overextend, they absorb consequences and ramifications that are not theirs. When boundaries are applied, relationships either reset cleanly or fall away. This date does not support waiting, because the thinking phase has already passed. Movement is required because timing has caught up with readiness. What action is taken now, outcomes will stabilize from. When actions is avoided, opportunities will move on without them. Remember, I told you that. Now for the Will Smith.
Born a Capricorn, mid-heaven in the night. God by birthright, prophet by design. Light path 11, yeah, the veil stays thin. The phoenix rose and now the big cat walks in. The cat is coming. The cat is coming.
bestie, let's unpack Will Smith, who is approaching a major exposure phase, not because of new behavior, but because the timing no longer protects what already exists. Let me be clear at the very start, because this is not gossip, this is not a claim, this is something that already has happened. This breakdown is about timing and specifically about what happens when protection expires without anyone needing to push. Right now, Will Smith is moving through a period where structure weakens on their own rather than being attacked directly. This matters because when something breaks structurally, it does not need a scandal to trigger change. From a Chinese astrology perspective, Will Smith is a metal rooster. This means his power has always rested on reputation, public respect, and carefully controlled image. Because rooster energy relies on dignity and composure, perception matters more than any single incident. 2025 is Wood Snake year. And because wood cuts metal, authority, legacy, and polished narratives will lose their shielding effect. This does not indicate punishment, but instead signals that long-standing protection begins to thin. Bestie, the snake does not strike loudly, but instead removes cover strategically, which is why exposure builds quietly before it becomes unavoidable. Snake years work through timing rather than confrontation, meaning changes happen behind the scenes. On the 28th of December 2025, it falls inside a water rat month, and rat month accelerates information, conversations, and the circulation of existing material. Nothing new needs to be created during rat month because what already exists simply moves faster. When water rat speed combines with wood snake strategy, what has been managed privately begins to move in public view. This process is gradual rather than explosive, which is why it often feels like pressure rather than drama. For a metal rooster, this timing is critical because once dignity and exposure are questioned publicly, status cannot fully recover. Rooster energy does not rebuild authority once public perception has shifted. This means the change is not about headlines, but about permanent adjustment in how credibility is measured. This exposure is therefore structural rather than scandal-based, meaning it reshapes authority and standing over time. Even without a single defining moment, the tone changes and the position subtly shifts. Explanations do not reverse this process because rat month do not allow rewinds. At the same time, snake years do not allow concealment, which means surface cannot be put back under cover. This is why silence, clarification, or time alone do not restore the previous position. When people ask whether this will break down on its own, the answer astrologically is yes, if pressure continues without adjustment. This does not mean it will happen loudly, but through a steady loss of hold. No external enemy is required because time in itself applies the pressure. This is timing astrology, not accusation astrology, and the distinction matters. Timing does not judge behavior, but it does reveal what behavior has been relying on for protection. And when that protection expires, things do not always collapse dramatically. Instead, they simply stop holding together in the same way. Once the shift has occurred, there is no return to how it was before. Remember, this is not punishment of Will Smith. This is about timing catching up with reputation. In a wood snake year, protection expires. In a water rat month, truth becomes fast. Once it surfaces, it sticks. On that note, I drops me mic. Don't get smoked or smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby,
Namaste. Big cat wave.